Yes guys, welcome back to another episode of Capital Convos. You have myself, Ads, and main man Mark.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Introducing Capital Convos.
So, let's go straight into it. So one of the first things that people mentioned is the crypto boom.
Yeah.
So, a lot of cryptos have been flying up recently, especially Bitcoin has hit, its all-time high once again, that it did hit during 2017 and 2018 boom.
Yep.
What do you think of where cryptos are looking to go forward from here on? A lot of us have some really good crypto portfolios, and even I have been relaxing a lot more recently, over the last couple of weeks, mainly because crypto has been paying quite a lot, without even doing anything. Just wake up, oh wow,
it's gone up,
money's increased. Oh wow, money's increased, don't have to do much today. Let me just go see how the car's doing or something like that. Just find something to do. Obviously we've come out of lockdown now as well, but crypto has been booming very heavily. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my recent video on XRP, but today or right now we're going to talk about mainly the whole of the crypto markets, in fact, why they've been booming, how it's going to benefit us in the future. What do you think of how the crypto boom has been taking place, and how we're going to merge into more of a crypto friendly environment?
So obviously you've had the big booms over the last couple of weeks, over the last month, I think. Right now it's obviously consolidating, but obviously the reasons why it obviously boomed up, as we was mentioning earlier, about how Bank of America, how they were introducing it, Ripple Pay, and I mainly focus on XRP because I've missed the BTC train. I've missed the BTC train. For me, it's too late. I'd rather wait, pull back slightly. But even if it booms up, I'm not upset about it, because XRP at the moment is very, very young in terms of where it's going to be. But you see a lot of people introducing Bitcoin into their payments. You've got PayPal now doing it. You've got Bank of America with Ripple Pay. So this is now giving investors reasons to actually invest into Bitcoin and XRP. They may have been doing it in the past, but now you're going to see more people start to get involved. And as more people start to buy it and it gets more accustomed, you're going to see price fly up high.
Absolutely, that's true. I have noticed a lot more people have been buying into crypto. In fact, a lot more people have been asking about crypto as well. It's because it is widely now put out there. All this news is pretty much everywhere. Crypto this, crypto that, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. But it's before all of this news started going public, that's where the real investors really made their money with Bitcoin. But obviously a lot of people are kind of too late now to jump in Bitcoin, like you said. The next best coin is XRP, which we know is going to be stable. It's got backing from big banks, financial institutions, big payment processors. E-banks are going to be using crypto as well, and a lot has been happening in the crypto world. Just not everything is out there in the news for people to read. Not everything is out there in the world. People only get to see what they see. That's when they're like, oh my god, let me get involved. Damn, what if it keeps going and I'm not involved? So a lot of FOMO is taking place as well. For those of you who don't know, FOMO is fear of missing out. Make sure you're not one of those people who suffer from FOMO. It's very psychological.
We all suffer from it at some point.
That's true. We don't really want to miss out on certain things. There's certain car events sometimes I don't really want to miss out on either. Lose out on the fun. So we all suffer from certain things. Even when it comes down to playing COD, sometimes I want to jump on at the same time with my friends, because I'm going to miss out on all the banter and jokes that is taking place, on the headsets, and what's going on at the time. See, help the team get some kills.
Can't do that anymore with PlayStation. They record your party now.
Oh yeah, you've got a PlayStation, haven't you? Wow, man. One of the first people I know with a PlayStation. How is it?
It's pretty fast, I can't lie, because obviously I had the PS4 Pro, which is great, I loved it, but it sounded like a jet, so it's about to take off every time I turn it on. And the home screen, so when you go to message people, invite people to parties, I'm sure PlayStation, PS4 players can relate to this very hard. you click it and then it will take forever to load up.
Yeah.
And it's just very frustrating.
Same with myself. Yeah.
So yeah, obviously when you got the PS5, it's literally silent now, and the home screen is just fluid, and the graphics as well.
What are the graphics like?
It's pretty good. I like it. It's very, very good. Obviously, you need like good, like either monitors or PC or TVs to actually see it. I have a 4K at the moment TV, so it's reasonably decent.
Yeah.
But I know if I get like an OLED, like something a lot better,
Yeah.
it's going to look very, very good.
That must be amazing, because I actually saw the launch. You know
Oh
the
yeah,
launch
I
video?
watched that.
Yeah, that was amazing. You can see proper textures move with the sun, with the light.
Yeah, it's ray tracing.
Soon enough, when the VR comes out for it, it would look like real life. Even augmented reality is going to be part of that as well. Augmentation is wicked, which we can talk about on another episode. If you guys want, let me know, because I was really interested in augmented reality.
Yeah.
Like where I started researching into it was when Mercedes, for their newest range next year of S-classes and stuff, they're bringing out this certain sat-nav.
I think I saw that.
Augmented reality.
On the dash, and you can see like the arrows to turn left and right.
Exactly.
It looks mad.
It tells you, it shows a picture of the road right in front of you, but it shows an arrow, go this way, like that.
That's actually pretty cool.
Absolutely wicked. It uses your cameras and everything. But I'm going to do a bit more research. We could mention it on the next episode if you guys want.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hear us to sit here and waffle about it like we don't know anything, then yeah, no worries.
I mean, the VR is cool though, because I have used it before. I did have it for the PS4. That was it's a weird experience, put it that way.
Yeah.
Because like I know for one of the games, you're in like a shark cage,
Yeah.
and you just get lowered deeper and deeper, and the sharks are coming at you left, right. Yeah, it's actually crazy. But now that I'm thinking about it, the PS5, because the PS4 is all VR was very, very good. So I'm just trying to think now.
Okay.
Next gen, it's crazy.
It must be, I literally can't wait. The way, like I said, technology is moving forward. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And I have used VR before, and it was an amazing experience. Somebody plugged in a roller coaster ride on my VR,
Okay.
and it actually felt like I was there. I was dodging, things. There was bats flying around. I was like, "Whoa! Don't hit me! Don't give me corona." That's where it all started. But I was really scared. I was looking down. It was wicked, man. Like there was such a big drop. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Just tricks your mind.
It literally gives you the feeling that you're actually there, and everything around you, including the headphones, the whole experience. Even when you're looking around, it's amazing.
It is, truly.
Yeah. So, I can't wait to see what they're going to bring out, especially with the VR stuff anyway. One of the first users to have a PlayStation, at least.
Yep.
But yeah, moving forward, we got a bit of psychology with trading, a bit of our journeys.
Yep.
Do you want to go ahead?
Sure. So obviously, I've been trading as long as you, so you're probably going to have more experience in that field of actually. But for me, I'm sure every retail trader, whoever starts, they just want to make money as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So the thing with me is I had to learn to control your emotions. So how you do it is in numerous ways. Most people, their psychology always gets battered because they're always using high leverage and they're trading crazy lots. So their emotions go up because they make a lot of money. And they get really confident and then it crashes.
Yeah.
And then this is when this gets into like the FOMO aspect, and then of you see this setup and then you're just missing, it goes up and you're, oh damn it, I should have entered. You buy it, but it's near the end of its like leg and it just retraces and goes back down, hits your stop loss, and then you're like, oh no, let me sell it now. And then it's actually going to impulse back up, and then that's obviously is a killer for a lot of traders.
It really does shake a lot of people, I agree. And we were even talking earlier about gambling. What is the mindset behind gamblers? And people, even with very good technical knowledge in the markets, they're very good at noticing which direction things are going in, where the support and resistances are, certain key price level areas. But all of this goes out of the window, all of their knowledge goes out the window when they're in a trade. Especially when it's in red. They're like, you know what, I have to win this trade, or FOMO kicks in. Their mindsets aren't there. Their mindsets go back to like 4-year-olds. Where I have to have it. Even if they're wrong, if you're wrong in a trade, for instance, you can cut down that loss as quick as possible and let it go. Yeah, but people don't even want to accept a loss in the first place. Like even something small. Some people,
very true.
The same thing. Some people aren't even happy the other way. You know, let's say they've made a decent amount of gain, they want more.
They're just holding it forever.
Yeah, and those kinds of people I've noticed will never be happy. Yeah, they're holding it, expecting more to come out of it. You know, once you've hit your target, once it's followed your analysis, close out, done. Yeah, move on to the next.
There's always opportunities.
There's always going to be great opportunities, always, no matter what. You know, there's no shortage of opportunities every day. Yeah, we see this ourselves. So psychology plays probably the biggest part in my eyes when it comes down to trading and making money from the forex markets. It also comes back down to the basics as well. Like if you don't understand how money is made, you will never make the money in the first place. Yeah, you'll only hit a certain point in your life. Yeah, and then you'll keep hitting that wall and coming back. Keep hitting that wall and coming back. You'll never push past that, you know, certain figure where you're supposed to go, because you need to understand how money works, how money is made, and only then you can go out and work it and make it.
Yep. So for the viewers, what would you recommend to go out and research?
I wouldn't say research, you know, things online. I would say learn yourself first. Yeah, because psychology starts from within. You got to know what you react to well, what you don't react to well. Everybody is different out there. And I was even mentioning this to one of our team members as well, camera guy actually. But you know, there could be two people. We could be in the same trade, the opposite direction. Yeah, you could be in a buy, Euro USD for instance. I could be in a sell, but we'll both make money from it. Yeah, I could be scalping it on the way down. You could be looking for a swing on the way up. Does that make sense? Yeah, and where your stop losses would be, you know, still way past my take profit. Like I could only be going for about 10, 20 pips. You could be going for 200 pips the other way, which means your stop loss is slightly larger. Mine would only be about 10 pips in size if I'm going for 20, for instance. Yeah. So, you know, it doesn't matter which way you're in. If your strategy is correct, I think you'll be absolutely fine. But going back to your question, what do you recommend people research or anything like that? I say learn yourself first. Learn what works with you well. Learn what doesn't work with you well. Like certain strategies don't work with me. Yeah, some people love using moving averages. You know, I've seen it work endlessly with some people, but for myself,
personally, it just doesn't work for me.
Just doesn't really fit my style.
Doesn't. I see a lot on Bloomberg as well. They always talk about crossing above the 200 moving averages. 200, I've noticed
a lot they use.
Yeah, so it does work, but obviously you just have to find what works for you, because what works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for somebody else. So you just have to find your strategy and just either adapt it, make it better, or if it works, just stick to it.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, some people try out all different kinds of strategies, and I mention this all the time as well to these individuals. They try out all different kinds of strategies. They'll try out one strategy, they'll learn it, it'll go well for a little while, then it will go bad. Then they'll be like, this doesn't work, I'm going to the next one.
100%.
Yeah, but every strategy works. Every single one, otherwise it wouldn't be a proven strategy. Every single strategy out there works. Yeah, but are you working the strategy in the correct way? Are you allowing, you know, your psychology to be affected by it? Because if you are, that strategy is going to be gone out the window, and your emotions will start to kick in, and you'll be trading emotionally rather than strategically.
100%.
Yeah, so that's the best advice I can give to that.
It's good.
What other so obviously these topics have actually been chosen by you guys, in fact. So, you know, Mark actually has a list of questions that, you know, we were throwing across. So anything else that you guys suggest as well, write in the comments box, and we will bring these topics up on the next few episodes. So, you know, from the viewers, what else did you pull out from the list of questions?
So we had what books would you actually recommend? Because obviously I mentioned earlier that, or I mentioned to you and the cameraman, I bought a book from W.H. Smith's Principles by Ray Dalio. And I know him, he's one of the largest hedge fund managers in the world. So if he put his education out there saying, this is what I've followed, I'm not sure how long he's been doing it, 40 plus years, and this is what works for me, you'd want to learn from somebody who has a proven work rate and strategy. So that's obviously, you need to choose books, for me, that will help you in the long run. I know I had Tony Robbins. I know Tony Robbins is good for psychology and that stuff, definitely. So I would recommend listening to his podcasts, going on YouTube, watching any of his, because he actually does help. I never fought you before. I can't lie to you. I know I've watched countless videos when I was starting, and I was like, this ain't going to help me. This is not going to help me. Like, why is this guy talking to me? Think about your inner person and all that, and this ain't going to work. But then it actually does. Just have to believe.
Be coachable towards it. We hear 100%. That all the time. Be coachable.
It's true.
It's
true. It's very true.
It is. So I do recommend mainly not like specific books for just trading. I recommend books for like yourself. If you're always working on yourself, other areas will also increase by themselves as well. So if you have a strong mindset, you'll automatically want to build a strong, let's say, foundation for yourself, or like
100%.
Health-wise, body-wise. You'd want to go work out in the gym more often, because your levels of standard and knowledge have just increased. Everything else is feeling like stagnant around you, which you will have no choice but to increase as well. If you notice this with successful people as well, and I do look into very successful people quite often, I try and work out what is it, like everybody has their own certain secret, but I wouldn't call it a secret. It's just like their understanding of life, and success, for instance. And I try and work out every successful person's understanding of success. So that's another thing. You have to understand your version of success as well. Like your version of success may be different to my version of success. And we might have different standards to other people's version of success. Some people want to be a manager at their workplace, which is a great deal of success for them, but that doesn't really work with me and you. We want to be doing completely other things. Whereas their version of success, well done to them for achieving their kind of success. You know what I mean? So everyone has their own version of success.
100%.
And let's say you hit a certain point and you don't understand your version of success. Even though you've achieved success, you will not be happy with it. You have to be happy with it. In the first place, you have to be happy with yourself and grateful for the things you have, for the opportunities that are in front of you to achieve what you're about to achieve, and only then you start to walk yourself up the ladder every single step of the way. Because like I said, I've seen people kill it and they're still unhappy. They want more and more, and it's that greed factor that brings them all the way back down to step one again. Whereas sense. You need to gradually go through it. You can't just go from, let's just say, £1 to £1 million overnight. You'll want more. You'll be like, if this happened in 24 hours, I can have another million. Because they're not happy with whereas, somebody like a normal person would just be like, 1 million overnight, I'm taking that and enjoying myself for the rest of my life. Thank you very much. Whereas others, like I said, would want to go through it all over again, potentially losing it in the process, because they're not ready for that kind of success, or whatever they call success in their words.
So obviously, what books would you recommend to people that you've read personally?
So you mentioned Tony Robbins. I can definitely recommend one of his books. It's called Master the Game.
I heard of that one.
Wicked book. That's a very, very good book. Another book I recommend is Intelligent Investor. Another book I do recommend is The Power of Now, which is nothing to do with money, nothing to do with success. It's about understanding yourself. It's about just being in the presence right now, and just having that much, just having that understanding of that presence, of what is going on right now in this moment of time, literally changes everything. And that is one book that I can definitely say has helped me so much. You don't understand or realize what you have right now until you've gone through that book, and it makes you realize. Like everybody has a certain, like I said, everyone sees life in different aspects. Everyone sees life, or everyone is at the point where they are today because of their past experiences.
100%.
Same with their mindsets, same with their level of success, of where they are in life. It's because of their experiences and the knowledge that they've gained over this time in living. Now you can only see that if you're most of it or all of it. You can only see all of it if you're actually present in the moment. Now if you aren't present and don't learn how to be present, all of that is just going to fly by right past you, and you're always going to continue being pretty much unhappy.
Makes sense.
So, like I said, Power of Now. Next book I do recommend is The Alchemist. It's a good story book. Not really teaching you anything. But right towards the end of the book, I won't give it away, but right towards the end of the book, you'll start to understand certain aspects. But everybody has a different meaning of that book. Yeah, so it is a story book. I won't mention what it's about either, but it's a very, very good book. And like I said, everyone has their own interpretation of that book, because right towards the end of that book, you'll start to read certain things in your life very similar to what is happening in that book. But those certain things may be different with everybody. Like a certain thing may be happening with you which has just opened your eyes because of that book, and you'd be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, because you're using that interpretation back into your own life. Same with myself, it may be different to me as well. Yeah, after I've read that book towards the end, certain things start to make sense in real life to me.
So do you believe in the idea of a third eye? Because I see a lot of stuff everywhere. I'm talking about this third eye and actually being in connection and all that stuff.
I do believe, yes, spirituality is very strong, and there's no denying of it. You know, whether we're religious or not, spirituality is part of all kinds of, you know, religions or, you know, atheism. Yeah. I do believe spirits exist. I do believe, I don't want to get too controversial or religious at the same time, don't want to offend any religious parties out there. But yeah, I do believe spirits exist. We are a living spirit in ourselves, and we can glow, you know, as a living spirit. We can give off a very positive energy. Like if you notice, when you walk into a room, or when a very like successful person or strong man walks into a room, without him even saying anything, you can tell this guy has a lot of big energy to provide. Yeah, it's like lighting a candle. One candle can light up others.
So one of my students asked me to ask you, how did you actually get into trading? Because I don't think you've actually mentioned it on the podcast before, about how you got into trading and actually what you went about and actually trying to get to where you are now. What did you actually, the steps you took?
So yeah, I did actually see it in a few places, like on Instagram.
Standard.
It's all over the place
literally.
now. Yeah, I saw it in a few places. I saw a few people making money from it. I didn't know these people personally, but I saw these people, you know, making money from it, and I was like, okay,
were they marketers?
It is possible. I think, yeah, they are marketers.
Fair enough.
I won't mention names because, you know, we don't want to put those people down. But I saw a few people making some good money, showing some good returns on it, living a very good lifestyle from it. And at that point, I wasn't making too much money myself. I had just graduated and, you know, was working at a job. So, you know, a postgraduate job.
You'd done architecture, didn't you?
Yeah, that's correct. So, a postgraduate job, you know, you're earning like postgraduate money. Not amazing. It's not too shit either, but it's okay. It gets you by. Yeah. So, I was actually looking for a different way of making money in life. You know, I've just gone to uni for this long, come out of university, and I'm only earning this much. I still, you know, got.
It's not.
Where do I go from here?
Risk to reward.
Yeah, is this it?
Yeah.
You know, so that's when I started looking at other things, or these things popped up to me, and then I started researching into it on YouTube. And the first thing that popped up in front of me was like trading 212 and plus 500. So I actually saw more of plus 500 back then. So I opened an account, started messing about with it on demo, and it seemed to be working. So I put in some real money. I actually did make some good money on my first deposit. But then lost it all a month later.
What was your deposit?
£1,000.
Okay, that's not.
£1,000 was my first account. And I think I made about £800 from that.
That's
in the first month.
Yeah.
But we now know 80% increase in a month is not supposed to be the right way to go. So clearly I did a few, you know, over trades. I did overtrade a bit, over leveraged a bit, over gambled a bit, because I didn't know what I was doing. Actually, I would call it a gamble, because I didn't have the right knowledge. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just pressing a button and hoping for the best.
So do you wish that you stayed on demo for longer?
Yes, I definitely wished I had stayed on demo for longer. In fact, it was my ego that kept making me lose money, because I was putting in money again, making some money and then losing it all. Then putting in money again, making money and then losing it all. And then that happened to a point where I couldn't really afford anymore. So I had no choice but to go back to demo. And I was like, shit, okay, I need to start saving up some more money, but let me do this properly. I need to learn what I'm doing first, so that, you know, I'm not in this situation again. Yeah, so that's when I went to demo, started learning properly, started actually doing proper research into courses online as well.
Yeah.
I believe if you do want to get involved in Forex as well and actually succeed, it is worth investing in a mentor, because it's when a mentor came into my life is where things changed completely, because we don't like admitting when we're wrong. Yeah, like we could be doing so many different things and we would blame the market. Oh, the market spiked me out. Oh,
Yeah.
the market just dropped today. But it's when a mentor is sitting there watching what you're doing, and that's when he can realize this is what you're doing wrong, and we have to accept it because it's coming from a third person.
Yeah.
Or an outside source. Whereas if we look at our losses ourselves, we'll be like, that wasn't my fault. Yeah, that was fundamentals. That wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another person can see exactly what you're doing. So a mentor is what really excelled me. Like about a year and a half later, from the point where I started into my journey.
Okay.
How about yourself?
I was pulled in by a marketer through Signals. I think I've done 250. That was their minimum brokerage, like everything. That's minimum deposit. I made some, but then overall, you go up and then you go down. It's just like a downward slope. And I just lost it all. And then I thought, well, I actually enjoyed making the money off the Signals. So let me actually go out and find, how do you do this? Why were they looking to buy? Why were they looking to sell? And then I looked to join a company. I'll say it because I've got nothing wrong about to say the company. iMarkets Live, or I'm Master Academy, which is being rebranded to. Great company to learn from. It's obviously just individuals within that just gives it a bad reputation. It's not a bad company. And then I left there just to start my own thing, because I realized that there's only so much you can learn from one source. So I learned a lot from there, but then I thought, well, I need to learn more. If I want to go on to open a hedge fund or do whatever, I need to learn more. So that's when I went out and sourced the information, and then just opened my own education, like yourself.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So-
it's true. To be honest, there's never enough knowledge you can get out there. Like we're surrounded by books which I have never read in my life, and they probably got so much knowledge in them that would benefit us in so many ways. So when you get knowledge out there, don't take it for granted, especially if it's free knowledge, and nowadays we have
100%.
internet. Everything is at the touch of our fingertips for absolutely free. And those of you who want to even learn the basics, babypips.com
That's a good,
is
good
out
start.
there. It's a very good start. Which is where I actually started learning from the beginning. It's very basic, but I was at a basic stage.
Gets the
at
ball
that point.
rolling.
Yeah, it definitely gets the ball rolling. You understand pretty much everything from then. You don't learn strategies or anything like that, but it does help you get kick-started into the Forex market. So if those of you are wondering, babypips.com, check it out. Even if you're just skeptical,
It's
check
free.
it out.
Might
it's
as well.
free.
Yeah.
You don't even have to sign up. Just read through the information. It teaches you what the Forex market is about and how to trade it. So moving on. And obviously we didn't actually get to cover this as well, but I did forget to mention, in fact, that there will be a crypto derivatives ban from January. Now, a lot of people have read that and got a little scared and messaged me, what's this about? Is crypto being banned? Oh my God,
can't you invest
what's going to happen to my money?
Yeah.
Can I not invest anymore? The main word there is derivatives.
Yeah.
If there's anyone to explain this, Mark, just give your quick description on what derivatives actually are.
So it's essentially what it is you on MetaTrader, when you go to buy, when you actually go to trade. So derivatives is basically like trading it, buying XRP against pound, XRP against the dollar. You're trading it against another thing for the price to appreciate against one thing. Whereas if you're investing, like you said earlier, or when we was talking, it's a one-to-one. Like when it goes up this much is what you're actually going to make. Whereas derivatives and actually trading it, you get that leverage. So because crypto is so volatile, this is probably why the FCA are actually going out to ban it, is because you can lose so much money very, very quickly. So this is obviously why it's like the IB agreements with the brokers. So many people are getting pulled into this IB. So obviously in the UK it's not banned at the moment, but in Singapore and Belgium it is. It's a matter of time before the US gets involved and the UK, and once that happens, no trader that brings you on from a broker can't make money anymore. And this is why it's been banned. So same thing with derivatives and trading it. It's getting banned because people are losing.
Yeah, that's true. It's very risky, derivatives. Basically, derivatives is like you're not buying the coin to store into your wallet and expecting it to go up in value. You are betting on it to go up on value. You're like, okay, if I place this bet right now that it's going to go up in value, I'm going to make this much return. Yeah. But that's not actually physically buying the asset yourself. That's what's being banned. Not buying and holding, not buying and selling.
It's just
that's
trading
not going to be. Yeah, it's just the trading aspect of it is what crypto derivatives are, and that is going to be banned. And obviously, Mark has explained in very good depth, in fact, why it is not a good idea, to be honest, because at the end of the day, it is very risky. It's it's probably the most volatile, isn't it?
Yeah,
like I've never seen anything go from £1 to 20 grand in like 5-10 years. Nothing has done that. Yeah, literally, not even gold has done that. You know, diamonds haven't done that.
Yeah,
nothing. Not even houses. Like even the most booming property market on the planet hasn't been able to do that. Something going from £1 to 20,000, like. That's an absolute and then going straight back down to like 4k
within a couple of months,
a year later,
yeah,
and then going back up again another 2 years later to 20k again. That's too volatile. So if you don't understand it, it does become very, very risky. Like, you know, you're investing in something and it could potentially drop.
It's more of a guesswork.
About 80%
mainly
within
guessing.
the next few days.
Yeah.
So it is. It's not going to like gradually drop or gradually rise. I've seen crypto markets go crazy sometimes, like shoot up, shoot down. We saw what's been happening over the last few weeks. We don't know where the new support is. Where the new resistance is going to be. New all-time highs are going, and it hasn't been around for long enough to be like monitored or regulated, in fact. I think regulation will come into crypto pretty soon. Give it about 2 years.
Do you think that will stunt the growth of crypto?
It could potentially stunt the growth of some cryptos, but it could potentially also help other cryptos. That are more, safer, like for government's sake. So what they will be doing in terms of XRP. So we all know that XRP is going to be run by, or mostly used by big banks and financial institutions to transfer funds from one side of the world to another, or from one bank to another bank, wherever they are in the world. Now, a good thing about that is it's based on blockchain technology. So let's say you're banking with XRP, for instance. All the transactions or all the money you're putting in and using from your own bank account is XRP. What that technology can do is you don't even have to go and, let's say, see an accountant at the end of the year. Accountant can read off it instantly without even asking for receipts, because everything is securely logged and encrypted. Nothing can run away. That's why we're going into a more cashless society at the same time as well. And crypto is becoming the new thing, basically. And over the next 10 years from now, 2020 to 2030 is where I believe the whole shift of crypto will take place. Digital currency at least will start to move forward in the next 10 years, and the shift is going to start happening now.
Makes sense.
So another thing that we were going to go ahead and talk about is completely off money topics anyway. But sort of money topics. Money Mayweather versus Logan Paul. That's a flipping joke, man. The best ever against, a podcaster, a YouTuber.
Crazy.
And who got beaten up by KSI.
KSI, if it was be anyone, I think it should be KSI, as he beat Logan. Just after the money now.
It should be a rematch then with KSI. Like, what makes him think that he even has a chance against Mayweather if he can't even beat somebody like KSI? I'm not saying KSI is bad. I actually think he was quite good. He held his ground. Both fights that he had with Logan Paul. In fact, all of the fights he has had, I think he's done really well. Held his ground, and you know what? YouTube boxing. What do you think of it?
I think they're just more after the money now, and ego.
It's blowing up.
They're making a lot of money. Very, very quickly. Because
the last fight that Logan Paul and KSI had was the most streamed event online.
Really? Wow.
since one of the Super Bowls. I think it was 2017.
Just imagine how much they made.
Yeah.
Just trying to think. Can't comprehend it.
Intense, man. That is absolutely crazy. So, you know, the whole online world is obviously going to be watching this, be into this. They're going to be knowing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, what a joke, man.
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
It's like Jake Paul as well, calling out Conor McGregor. Obviously not in the octagon, because Jake will just get killed.
Yeah.
But in boxing, Conor, I think, probably better than Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But they're just get fueling that ego now.
I personally think it's not even a competition. You know, Jake Paul will get eaten alive by Conor.
They just know Conor is a very big. Whenever Conor is in a fight, they make a lot of money. Even if it's Conor versus some low standard UFC fighter that he's called out, then you know that low standard is going to get pulled up because of Conor's reputation.
That's true.
So it's just all about.
Same with Logan and Mayweather. You know, people are like, wow, who is this guy able to go into the ring with somebody like the greatest ever, Mayweather? Yeah, he must be big. And then a lot of people are going to try and fire their shot at him as well, and you know, try and take the title or whatever.
Never-ending circle.
It is, yeah. I think it is all about views, and that's a good thing about Logan Paul, though. One thing I've noticed about these YouTubers is they will always keep you like wondering what they're up to.
On your toes.
On your toes, yeah. So even if they don't give your life any kind of relevance, you know, they always have you wondering. Yeah, that's a very, very good marketing tactic that they have, and I've noticed that very strong with the Paul brothers. You know, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. You're always kind of wondering what they're up to. Like one of them's always getting in trouble. You know, Jake Paul. He's getting in problems all over Twitter every day nearly.
But then that's pulling more views.
But it is, yeah.
It's pulling more views,
you
which
know,
means more money.
He'll tweet something controversial. In fact, in the last week, he's tweeted about 10 different controversial things. Yeah, 11 different controversial things. Like, you know, this person scared of me. Yeah. Like openly bold statements, like Trump, for instance. Yeah, Trump had these people looking at him all the time. Most of them didn't like him, but they were still watching.
Yeah.
And that's all they want is the views, because that's where they will make the money, from the views.
YouTube's a different level of marketing, man. You just need to be.
You know, the people who mastered, the entrepreneurs who mastered YouTube, and you know, the YouTube views and subscribers and everything like that, they are seriously clever in multiple ways. Like I noticed this, you know, some people watch them and they're like, they have no talent, they just record something and get paid for it.
Yeah, literally.
They know how to make you watch it, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have done something right, clearly, why people are watching them in the first place. Clearly they have done something right. So that's what I look at. Like I said, I will always look at people's successful points and see what their kind of definition of success is.
Yeah.
It might not be our definition of success, but at least we can pull and learn something from it. You know, I know so many people out there that don't. In fact, Mayweather was not really the underdog, but he was the most hated boxer for a very long time. Do you remember when he was about to fight Ricky Hatton?
I don't think I watched it then.
Okay, so that was about 5 years ago. No, I think a little longer, about 7 to 8 years ago now.
Yep.
He was fighting Ricky Hatton in Manchester, and everyone was backing Ricky Hatton. There was like government officials backing Ricky Hatton.
Okay.
Even celebrities, footballers, were backing Ricky Hatton. Yeah, he was the Ricky Hitman Hatton. Yeah, he's gonna be the first person to wipe out this cocky guy. Yeah, in the ring, who apparently has never lost a fight and never been knocked out. This guy's gonna come and murk him, do all of this crazy stuff to him. Ricky was KO, gone cold, on the floor, like actually knocked out, gone. Yeah, and once again, going back to the point that I was making, is that, you know, a lot of people do look at certain individuals and don't like their success and try and pick out every small point on them. Yeah, like, look, he's only successful because he's been fighting easy people. Yeah. Or he's only successful because he got lucky. Yeah. Or in some sort of way, there will always a hater will always have something to say. Yeah. But that's where you can notice the difference between successful people and non-successful people. Is the ones who don't have that negative thought of hating in the first place, to mention a negative comment, to even look for something negative in that person in the first place, those are the people who will not actually hit success the way they should be hitting it.
It's very true. Especially when you see it all over Instagram. Always hating on people.
Yeah.
I get a lot of haters, but I don't mind it because it's funny.
It's all right.
I find it I personally find it funny. But they're always trying to pick out something you've done wrong, which we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And they all latch onto that. Let's say, for example, right now I'm wearing TNs, Vapor Maxes. They'll be like, oh, why aren't you wearing Versace, Gucci, Louboutins? So, why would I? What's the point? If you're making, let's say, 100 grand a month, why aren't you wearing this? Like, I've got an All Saints. I've got this. Why
aren't you wearing your diamond Rolex or whatever?
Yeah, like what?
It's just not necessary.
What is the point?
You know, I used to be a bit flashy as well. I used to buy Gucci, Louis, all the time into fashion. But I realised what the fashion world is about. In fact, you guys will actually start to realise this as you get more into books. The fashion world is actually a trap. Yeah, they will come up with new things to get you sucked right back in. You go out and buy the new thing, there will be another great new thing out there. Yeah, you buy the best trainers, another best trainer will come out there from another brand and mark it. Yeah, you know, things are changing all the time. Seasons are changing.
It's like with technology.
It is.
With Apple and Samsung and all them. They bring out products every year and say it's better than last year's. Double the speed, double this, and oh wow, I'll go out and buy that. A year later, double the speed of last year.
But I'll be honest with you, I would actually rather spend on technology.
I personally would.
100%, because clothes will only do certain amount to you or benefit you in a certain amount of way. Yeah, but technology, if you have a faster connection, you can access information a lot faster than you could yesterday. Yeah, if you have a better camera, you can capture a moment better than you could, the previous camera that you had. So technology, I would rather start putting my money towards technology and expensive pieces of technology,
100%,
rather than
just
like fashion. Fashion is if you're into fashion and you're spending like thousands of pounds a month
just on tops,
just on clothes, you've had it. You kind of need to get reading.
And then you complain about you not having no money to start to learn to trade or invest or do whatever, or learn to even invest into Ripple or cryptocurrencies. But then you're out here every single week, going out to the clubs, trying to buy this expensive champagne all the time. It's just it's just a circle. That
it is a never-ending circle, and that will release a certain amount of endorphin into your mind for that short period of time. After that, you'd be back on a downer and be like, I need to go and buy something now just to cheer myself up.
It's true.
Yeah, and even if you have the whole means to buy it, no problem. But you're always going to be stuck in that never-ending cycle of that psychological pattern. You'll be unhappy, buy something, happy. Another day you'll be unhappy again, you go buy something, you're happy again. Yeah, you'll forever be stuck in that cycle. And that's where reading books will actually expand your knowledge and open your eyes to this trap. Fashion is a very, very big trap.
100%.
Definitely.
So, lastly, there's one more question. What are the best trades and worst trades you've ever taken, and how did you learn from that?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, one of the best days I've actually had is one of my good friends that I actually started my trading journey with, and we caught about 2,300 pips in one day. I think he did slightly more. He did about 2,500, and I did 2,300.
Yep.
Yeah. I learned a lot from that. Now that is a lot of pips to catch in one day, but I had to do a lot of risking in order to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, because I tried that again a few days later,
Guess what?
and it went the opposite direction, and it wasn't so great. So I learned a hell of a lot from that, because I learned what over leveraging is, what over trading is. I traded way too much, and it might go right 10% of the time, but 90% of the time it will go
100%
bad, and equaling 100% loss.
Yeah, it's like that with risk management. Like, you can lose 8 trades and win 2, but you will still be in profit.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand about trading, is they think they need to win every single trade they enter. Like, I've entered that trap. I'm sure you have when you started that. why is this going the opposite way? And is this strategy rubbish? And what is happening? And I'm just going to hold it out and just pray it's going to just reverse back, and when it doesn't. So you just got to understand it is if you risk the proper amount, 1 to 3%. Obviously, it depends how. Obviously, I personally like to go for 3. Some people like to go for 1.5, 2%. It's up to you. But as long as you're staying within that realm, per trade, you'll be fine in the long run. But when you start to push up, I had a really good trade before. Now let me just double the lot size because, I'm pretty confident now. And then it's just going to go around and around in a never-ending circle.
I totally agree. I've seen some people use correct risk management and then place a very good trade, and it goes their way and actually closes in a very decent amount of profit. Then they are looking for another opportunity and they start banging their head on a wall saying, what if I used double or triple the lot size? I would have made this much out of this trade. And then they go in with a greedy mindset, looking for more, and they end up losing more than they actually came with on that day.
Makes a lot of sense.
Psychology does play a massive, massive part, a huge part. You just have to control yourself, because you can't control the markets, but one thing you can control is yourself. If it's time to leave, it's time to leave. Another thing that you mentioned is success rate. Everybody wants to keep winning trades non-stop in a row, but they have to understand that losers will come as well. I actually know somebody who's a very good trader, but you're probably going to laugh at this, or you might not, because you understand risk to rewards. He's only got a 30% success rate, but he's killing it. Every week and every month he's up, because the amount of trades he's losing are obviously more than he's losing more trades than he's winning, but he's only losing a very small amount. 6 pips, 10 pips.
It's not much.
Pips, 10 pips. It's not much. Whereas he's looking for 50, 60, 50, 60.
So that's
even if he loses 5 in a row, he'll catch it back up from the next 6th one, and break even for that week. Let's just say. So again, you don't have to have a very good success rate to be a very good trader. You can have a bad success rate. Like I said, 30%. This guy is an amazing trader. It doesn't mean he's bad because he keeps hitting stop losses. He's using correct risk management because of
this is when ego gets involved.
This is when ego gets involved, and he just wait for the right trade to come in. If it hits his stop loss, he don't care. He can hit 2, 3, 4, 5 stop losses in a row. He just does not care.
He knows if he hits that one, he just made it all back.
Made it all back plus a little bit more on top. Whereas I know people out there, if they hit 5 trades in a row, they probably end up stop trading for good. Or it would be their worst day ever because of their risk management. If they lost 5 trades in a row and they've got over leveraged first of all, and don't use correct risk to rewards, you could potentially lose like most of your account if you lose 5 trades in a row, if you're doing it like that.
100%.
But that's pretty much it from myself. Anything else you want to mention or talk about before we do finish up?
I think we've covered quite a lot today.
Actually, one more thing. You know what, guys? Just give us about 5 to 10 minutes, of your time, and then we'll wrap this up. Because the vaccine, we forgot to mention.
Yes.
The vaccine. So, as you guys know, Pfizer and a couple of other companies, I can't remember them now at the top of my head, are being accepted as the official vaccines for the COVID-19, bacterial infection, virus, whatever you want to call it. So what they've actually said, and Boris has said, which I think is absolutely bizarre, is that you have to take this vaccine.
Or you can't go flights.
You can't go flights. You can't go to certain restaurants, 5-star top Michelin restaurants. You can't visit certain places. You can't go to like Festival Hall.
Okay, wow.
Certain places like this, Royal Albert Hall.
Is this just completely, or is it at certain times, or?
I think it's completely.
Wow.
Because you could be infected, and you could be infecting others, they say.
That's crazy.
If you aren't vaccinated, or you could be an unsafe person, you could be carrying it on your hands.
And touch something.
Or whatever excuse they want to give. Which I totally think is mass, population control.
Suppression. That's what I was going to say.
Suppression.
Mass suppression. I think riots would probably happen if they actually went ahead and said this is what you have to do. Otherwise, this is what you're going to get. This is when I think riots will start to happen.
That's true. Yeah, because they are trying to control the masses now. You know, you have to take the vaccine or you're not allowed in certain places. You're not allowed to leave the country. Like, what is this about? Apparently, also, you're going to have a stamp on your passport saying that you have been vaccinated. Yes? So, my good friends out there, fraudsters, send me that stamp. Get one ready for me, please. But yeah, what do you think of that?
I think it's crazy. I personally don't see myself doing it in terms of getting the vaccine. But if the government does go ahead and states that you can't go anywhere, I think that would just be like World War III.
That is.
I think it will just be crazy.
Let's say, you know, you want to visit somebody who's very close to you in a different country, parent, family member, you know, close friend even.
Yeah.
You aren't allowed to visit them. No matter how healthy you are, even if you fought off the virus, you're not allowed to visit them just because you haven't taken our drug.
Yeah.
That we decide you have to take. That is absolutely wrong. You know, that is mass control on another level, and this is like strong global manipulation that is taking place right in front of our eyes, and not much is being said or done about it. It shouldn't be compulsory in my eyes. It shouldn't be compulsory. If you want to take the risk of being affected, go for it. Yeah, it's your life, it's your health, your risk, your decision. You are totally entitled to, you know, take the vaccine or get, you know, corona'd up.
Yeah.
If you really want, but it's totally up to you. You shouldn't worry what other people have to say about it, what your government are, you know, looking to say about it, what the police are looking to say to you about it. It's your life, your rules. Yeah. At the same time, we do live in this country, and they say you're in our country and it's our rules. But those rules shouldn't go that far to forcing you to taking a jab that, you know, isn't really going to be beneficial, especially to us, like at our age. Yeah, even our parents don't really need to take it, because one thing I've also read up is that, you know, the coronavirus intensity it is starting to drop, because the first round of coronavirus that came out started killing people. Yeah, you remember that? People were dropping outside hospitals. Yeah, like lying in alleyways or corridors of hospitals, choking. Yeah, you remember that one? The first one that kicked off in Wuhan. That same strain of virus has like lessened itself down. Yeah, I know so many people who have had the virus as well, and they've had nothing compared to what the first strain of virus was like. So it has been lessened down so much. I think it's just slowly going to fade itself out. Yeah, you know, there's only so many people on this planet that can catch it. Eventually everybody will catch it, and the rest, there's nobody else to catch. Yeah, nobody else to go after, and it will just soon, you know, ease itself out.
Even the mortality rate is very, very, very low, and then they just want you to take a vaccine that, even for health, on the most part, healthy people just won't affect them as much. Maybe you'll get like a little bit of a cough, and that's pretty much it. But as you said, from the first strain, it's got to be nothing like.
Yeah, it's nothing like the first strain that came across. You know, that was intense. Yeah. That's when the whole world just like
panicked.
Was like, oh my god, this is bad. What do we do now? Oh my god, like we're gonna get attacked. Some of us could die. Yeah. Like I wasn't too worried for myself, but I was worried for the people around me. Obviously, I've got older parents. Every you know, all of us do as well. We don't really want to affect those kinds of people, because they're like, you know, less healthier than us. Their immune systems are a lot less stronger than ours are. We can fight it off, but you know, they possibly couldn't. Yeah, and it could be their last, you know, few days. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be beneficial in any way, the vaccine. I think it's just being done for mass manipulation in some sort of way. I don't know what's in that vaccine in the first place, you know, that could trigger something else. I was actually speaking to somebody else about this a few days ago, and they said, you know what, I'm just going to give it about 6 months and then I'll decide. I'll wait for a few other people to take it, keep an eye on them, and see what happens. But me personally, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I think I will.
No.
I think I will.
And let me know what you guys think as well. Would you take this vaccine, Or wouldn't you? You know, based on your personal circumstances. What are your personal circumstances? Do you have to take it? Do you not have to take it? Do you want to take it? Do you not want to take it? Where could this lead this whole generation today in terms of, you know, where our health goes? You know, could we be affected again? Could we not be affected again?
Yep.
Who knows? There might be another wave of, not even corona, it might be a next virus that comes out, you know, in a couple of years' time, or in, let's say, 2030, that we aren't prepared for, that doesn't even come from a bat, comes from a different animal. Imagine that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah, then what? You know,
have to take
this coronavirus vaccine ain't going to save us then.
Yeah.
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 And especially the company backing it, Pfizer, is not a very credible company at all whatsoever.
And even the government gave them immunity from any suing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
They gave them any type of issues that occurs with the vaccine, they're just completely not liable to it.
Wow. So if you die by taking the vaccine, they're not liable for your death.
Yep.
You've decided to take it. But then they say you have to.
Yeah.
You're compulsory. It doesn't make sense.
And
They're
even
trying to
Boris
save
as well.
themselves.
Boris said he will take it live. So
Yeah. Boris said he would take it live. Who knows? That just might be a
drop of water.
Caramel jam.
Literally.
Yeah. Let's see where this goes. So, you know, plug in. Make sure you guys plug into next week. We're going to wrap this up now.
Yep.
It has been a decent amount of time. We've discussed quite a lot of topics. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Any other suggestions you guys do have, drop it in the comments box below. Make sure you follow us on social media. And if you did enjoy this, please like the video or smash the like button, because it does help us and take us a very, very long way on the YouTube platform. Other than that, I do thank you all for plugging in. That's it from myself.
Take care.
Mark, take care.